Okay, welcome back to King Online Trading School. If this is your first time, you'll be joining our channel. Make sure you click that subscribe button and don't forget to activate the bell icon. And of course, if you are new to our channel, every Sunday by 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we generally have trading on Forex where we pick random subjects. So if you really want to learn more about on how to trade, feel free to join our Telegram group, which you can find below in the description. So feel free to join us and stay tuned on our Telegram channel, of course. So what you're looking right in front of you is called the King strategy. This strategy is a combination of moving averages, stochastic, and RSI. And this strategy has over 75% win rate if you follow the trading condition accordingly. So if you really want to learn more about this strategy, feel free to watch this video to the end, okay? So you can find a link where you can watch a video to learn more about this strategy on how to set up the moving averages parameters and all other trading conditions, okay? So, and of course, we also have a video for a sniper entry where you can use to take, where you can watch to learn how to pick a trade with small stop loss and target large reward, okay? So let's get started, guys. So this week analysis is between Monday, October 25th to Friday, October 29th, 2021. Monday, 25th to Friday, 29th, October 2021. All right. So as usual, guys, I really want to congratulate those who followed our analysis during this previous week. We pinpointed that you guys should stay. We pinpointed that you guys should stay more on the JPY pairs, USD pairs, and Euro pairs, and a lot of all these pairs played out accordingly, guys. They all played out accordingly, and this week we have seen a lot of all these pairs pulling back. So we do not have a lot of trade setup coming up this way, but of course this strategy is a strategy that gives trade signal most of the time. All right, so the first pair I'm going to be looking at is AUD USD. Okay, so but for those who are watching this for the first time, I'll be taking this analysis based on what how we take our trade. We take trade on H1 and we use H4 as our filter time frame, which is the trend filter, and we analyze from weekly down to H1. So take note of that. So based on H1 and H4, we see that AUD USD is currently buy bias, and last week we projected that price should come up to this yellow resistance, and we also projected that to see price come up to this daily resistance, which is at this blue resistance, and we can see price has already touched that level on weekly, and coming to the daily, we've seen that the level has already been broken because that was our daily target, and price went into that place nicely without any issue. So we are still expecting price to go up to the yellow resistance. So for the weekly target still remain our target. So the weekly candle, we see this close in green. So we are looking for price to touch the yellow resistance at 0.7604. So the daily resistance, we've seen this being broken, and this very candle is seen as a retest. So on lower time frame, which is our entry, we've seen the pullback already. So if the cross should happen right from here, it's going to be a good trade to ride to the upside. Okay, it's going to be a good trade to ride to the upside, and you can take your first profit right at this first yellow resistance, which is at 0.7543. Okay, and if that level get broken, our weekly target is going to be the upper yellow resistance, which is at 0.7604. All right, so AUD USD is going to be a good trade to look out for a buy. The next one to look at is AUD CAD. AUD CAD is currently buy bias based on H1 and H4. So coming to the weekly target, we are expecting this to pull up to meet up with the red moving average, which is at this yellow resistance at 0.9376, because we've seen the week closed in green. So this is expected to pull up some more during this coming week. All right, so but for the daily, we see the daily candle close with indecision candle. So with this tells us that we may likely see some pull down based on this big rejection. We may likely see some pullback on lower time frame. Okay, so but for the daily target for this is seen at this blue resistance, which is at 0.9316. All right, so coming to our entry time frame, the pullback has already taken place right here. So once the cross happen to the upside, it's going to be a good one to buy. All right, and take your profit, your first profit at this blue resistance, and if this level get broken, head on to the yellow resistance. Okay, so AUD CAD is also a good one to look out for a buy. So guys, AUD CAD, let's look out for a buy. The next one we'll look at is Euro Swiss Franc. Euro Swiss Franc is currently based on H1 and 4. Euro Swiss Franc is currently sell biased. So right now, based on the weekly candle, we see this close in red, so we should expect more downside. So the weekly candle closed in green, so we should expect this to pull close in red, I beg your pardon. So we should expect this to pull down, which towards our weekly target for last week. And of course, you can see this was our daily target for last week, and price has moved into that area nicely. So we're still expecting more downside towards the yellow support. Okay, so for the daily, we see this also close in red, but this is currently sitting at a support right here. So we should expect some pullback on lower time frame before the break can happen. So coming into the lower time frame, let's wait for pullback. Okay, wait for pullback and catch your sell entry. And our first profit is going to be at this blue support at 1.0662. And if that level get broken, we are heading to the yellow support, which is going to be the weekly target at 1.0595. All right, so Euro Swiss Franc is a good one to look out for a sell. Euro Swiss Franc, look out for a sell. Euro NZD is currently sell bias based on H1 and 4. Okay, and last week, this was our projection for last week. And this was our daily target for last week, and price has moved into the daily target and it's already piercing that area. So which means we're expecting it to pull down some more during this coming week. So now this is currently sitting at a support and the candle closed in red, but we've seen this level being broken right here. So this gives us more assurance that we should look for more downside on the Euro NZD. So on the daily, we see the daily candle close in red. So this is currently pulling back to retest the support, which is now becoming resistance. So on the lower time frame, we have already seen the pullback. So on the cross happen to the downside, this is going to be a good trade to take to the downside. So Euro NZD is a good one to look out for a sell. All right, and our weekly target is going to be at this yellow support, which is at 1.5496. And of course, this is a long journey. You can take some profits in between, all right, before we get to the promised land. So Euro NZD is also a good trade to look out for a sell. Euro NZD, look for a sell. GBP Swiss Franc. GBP Swiss Franc, this is currently sell bias based on H1 and 4. All right, so coming into the weekly candle, we see this close in bearish engulfing. So we should expect more downside on this pair towards the red moving average, which is also at the yellow support at 1.2503. All right, so and the daily target for this is seen at this blue support at 1.2573, and our weekly target is at this yellow support. So coming into our entry time frame, we see this is currently pulling down, so we should wait for some pullback. All right, then on its way down, catch your entry to the downside, and take your first profit at this blue support at 1.2575. And if this level get broken, we are heading to the yellow support. All right, so GBP Swiss Franc is a good one to look out for a sell, because daily candle and weekly candle shows the moment is giving us the momentum to the downside. So let's look out for a sell on G chef. Okay, GBP chef, look out for a sell. GBP AUD is currently sell bias based on H1 and 4. So coming into the weekly candle, we see this close in red, but we are currently seeing this touching the blue moving average on the weekly, so which is currently the red moving average, which is the 120 moving average. So with this is currently sitting at a strong support right now, but if this level get broken, we should be heading to the yellow support at 1.7796. so we are going to watch closely on this. We are going to watch price closely at this level. Okay, so coming into the daily, we see the daily candle close in red, but this previous day candle is more or less like a retest to the break of this structure. So which means we should expect price to come down a little bit to this blue support if ever price is going to change direction. So this blue support right here at 1.8262 is our daily target. So coming to our entry time frame, we've seen the pullback already, and the cross is about to happen. Once the cross happens to the downside, it's going to be a good one to take a sell trade. Then take your first profit at this blue support at 1.8262. All right, so and if that level get broken, we are going to start looking out for the next support, which is at this yellow support. So GBP AUD is also a good one to look out for a sell. GBP AUD, look out for a sell. NZD USD, according to H1 and 4, this is currently buy bias. So coming into the weekly, we see the weekly candle closed in green, and last week this was our projection. Okay, this, the blue resistance right here, the blue line right here was our daily projection, and the yellow resistance right here was our weekly projection. So price moved into these two areas nicely, and so most of all our analysis played out accordingly. So for this week, we should expect more upside on the NZD-USD. Okay, should expect more upside on NZD-USD. So coming to the daily, we've seen the daily resistance being broken right here. Okay, so we should expect more upside, as I've said. And the daily candle, we see this close in the red. So this is more or less like a pullback. So we may see more pullback right here before the continuation to the upside. So coming to our entry time frame, we have seen this this pair is currently trading at the 120 moving average. So if the cross should happen to the upside right after here, it's going to be a good run, and you're going to take your first profit right at this level. All right, but be mindful and be careful. If these 2, 5, and 12 moving averages crosses the red, then that means the signal is invalidated. So we want to wait until 2 of them goes back up before we can start looking out for a trade. So NZD-USD is a good one to look out for a buy. This is also a good one to look out for a buy. NZD card is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. So coming into our entry time frame, coming into our weekly time frame, we see this close in green, big green candle. So this gives us some assurance that there is momentum is in play on this pair. So let's expect more momentum to the upside. So with this, we should expect this to pull up to this weekly resistance at 0.9032. All right. So coming into the daily, we're seeing this price currently trading at this resistance. Okay, and it's currently pulling back. So with that in mind, this is more or less like a pullback. We expect this level to get broken based on the weekly momentum. So with that in mind, the pullback has already happened. So if the cross should happen to the upside, then it's going to be a good trade to take. But be careful, if these 2 moving average crosses the red to the downside, then signal is no more there until it goes back up. So NZD card, be careful with it, but it's still good to look out for a buy. USD Swiss franc is going to be the last pair I'm going to take a look at. USD Swiss franc is currently sell bias right now based on H1 and 4. So coming into the weekly, we see the weekly candle close in red. So this gives us more assurance that we should expect price to keep pushing down to the downside. All right, and our weekly targets for last week was at this blue area, while our daily target was somewhere price is currently trading, and price pulled down there nicely. So with this, we expect more downside. We should expect USD Swiss franc to touch 0.9026, which is at this yellow support. So the daily candle, we've seen you see the daily candle also closed in red, and we have seen the 120 moving average being broken. So we should expect the daily target to pull down to the blue support at 0.9110. Okay, so coming to the entry time frame, we see this is currently trending down nicely. So let's wait for the pullback to happen, then catch your sell entry and take your first profit as this blue support at 0.9110. And if this level get broken, we should head down to the to the yellow support at 0.9026. All right. So that is all I have for you guys. If you are here to subscribe, please make sure you click that subscribe button and don't forget to activate the bell icon. So quickly, let's make a quick recap of the few trades to look out for. AUD USD, let's look out for a buy. AUD CAD, look out for a buy. Euro Swiss franc, look out for a sell. Euro NZD, sell. GBP Swiss franc, sell. GBP AUD, sell. NZD USD, sell. NZD CAD, buy. USD Swiss franc, sell. So these are the few pairs I have for you. And the weak pairs we have been able to spot right here is that USD is still currently weak. CAD is also partially weak, and GBP is weak. And the strong ones we can spot out right here is AUD is still strong. NZD is still strong. So I will advise you guys to stay close to GBP pairs. Stay close to GBP pairs and USD pairs, GBP pairs and USD pairs, and trade them accordingly. So this is all I have for you, and we hope this coming week a lot of pairs will a lot of pairs have started retracing. So before the end of this coming week, we should see them placing themselves back to normal towards next month's move. All right. So if you are here to subscribe, make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon. Remember to share this with your loved ones. And don't forget, we have a Telegram link below. Click on that link. Join us on Telegram, okay? Join us on Telegram so that we can have more educational content. So thank you so much, guys, for having me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now, and God bless.